There's a moment in every believer's life that feels more confusing than pain, more unsettling than loss. It's not when everything is falling apart. It's when everything goes quiet. No signs, answers, no direction, just silence. And here's the part nobody tells you. That silence might be the most powerful thing God is doing in your life. Most people think if God is silent, something is wrong. They think they've been ignored, forgotten, maybe even abandoned. But the truth is, God's silence is not absence, it's intention. Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." Notice that, not move, not figure it out, not fix everything, be still. Because sometimes the silence isn't God leaving you, it's God positioning you. Stay with me. Because what silence really means might completely change how you see your life right now. Let's break it down. Number 1, God is removing noise so you can finally hear Him. Most people say they want to hear God, but they're surrounded by noise. Opinions, distractions, fear, constant input from the world. And here's what most people miss. God doesn't compete with noise. He waits for stillness. So what does He do? He allows silence. Not to confuse you, but to clear everything that's been confusing you. You stop getting external validation. You stop relying on constant reassurance. You stop chasing voices that were never meant to guide you. And suddenly, what's left is quiet. Uncomfortable at first, but necessary. Because clarity doesn't come from noise. It comes from stillness. And in that stillness, you begin to hear what was always there. Number 2, God is testing what you do without constant reassurance. Here's a hard truth. Faith that only works when God is speaking loudly is not faith. It's dependence on confirmation. But real faith, it moves, even when it's quiet. Think about it. When everything is clear, anyone can move forward. When signs are obvious, anyone can believe. But when it's silent, that's where faith is revealed. Do you still trust when you don't understand? Do you still move when you don't feel guided? Do you still believe when nothing is being confirmed? Because here's the deeper truth. God often goes silent not to leave you, but to see if you've grown, if you've matured, if you've internalized what He already told you. Most people are waiting for new instructions, while ignoring the last ones God gave. Silence forces you to act on what you already know. Number 3, God is developing strength, not giving shortcuts. Most people don't want growth. They want relief. They want answers fast, direction instantly, breakthrough immediately. But that's not how God works. Because shortcuts don't build strength. Silence does. When God is silent, you're forced to think deeper, pray differently, trust stronger. You stop relying on feelings and start building endurance. And here's what changes everything. The version of you that can handle your future is not built in constant clarity. It's built in silence, because silence stretches you. And stretching always feels uncomfortable until you realize it's making you stronger. Number 4, God is protecting you from moving too soon. This is the part most people completely misunderstand. They think silence means delay, or worse, rejection. But what if silence is actually protection? Think about how many times you wanted something and later realized you weren't ready, or the timing was wrong, or the outcome would have hurt you. God sees what you don't. So sometimes He says nothing. Not because He has nothing to say, but because you're not ready to hear it yet, or you're not ready to handle what comes next. Silence slows you down. It keeps you from rushing into decisions driven by emotion. It keeps you from forcing doors that shouldn't open yet. Because here's the truth. A delayed move with God is always better than a rushed move without Him. Number 5, God is shifting your relationship from feelings to trust. Most people build their relationship with God on feelings. If they feel peace, they believe. If they feel clarity, they move. If they feel something, they trust. But feelings change. And God is not building a relationship based on something unstable. So what does He do? He removes the feelings. Not permanently, but intentionally. So you learn to trust Him, even when you don't feel Him. And this is where real transformation happens. Because now, your faith is no longer emotional. It's rooted, it's stable, it's consistent. And here's what most people miss. God is more interested in building trust than maintaining comfort. Number 6, God is drawing you closer, not pushing you away. Silence feels like distance. But spiritually, it often means the opposite. Because when God is loud, you rely on His voice. But when God is silent, you seek His presence. You pray more deeply. You reflect more honestly. You start asking real questions, and something shifts. You stop chasing answers and start seeking Him. And that's the point. Because God doesn't just want to guide your life, He wants a relationship with you. And sometimes, silence is what brings you closer. So let's bring this together. When God is silent, it's not abandonment. It's alignment. It's not rejection. It's preparation. It's not absence. It's intention. You're being refined, strengthened, positioned. But here's the question you need to ask yourself. What are you doing in the silence? Are you panicking? Or are you growing? Are you doubting? Or are you trusting? Because silence doesn't stop your story. It reveals your foundation. And here's the final truth. The people who grow the most spiritually are not the ones who hear God the loudest. They're the ones who stay faithful when He's quiet. So if you're in a silent season right now, you're not lost. You're being developed. And one day, you'll look back at this silence and realize it was the moment everything inside you changed. If this spoke to you, type "still" in the comments, because that one word means you're choosing peace, even in the silence. And if you're ready to understand what God is doing in your life at a deeper level, stay connected, because sometimes the quietest seasons produce the strongest people.